while you enjoy this rainy drive, I like to touch on the Autopilot suspension update that we recently received as part of the holiday update. So I drove to Dubbo and back, and that's closer to 800k in total. And the Autopilot suspension update didn't really impact me too much, and I'll explain why in this video. So the biggest change I've noticed in my experience is what they've done is they've worked on a lot of logic to track your head movement. So if you're looking away from the road, then so if you're looking sideways, or if you're having a chat with your passenger and you have a habit of looking on the side, then you're gonna see these warnings a lot. Because when I actually release my hand off the wheel but still steer at the road, I don't think the autopilot suspension process or logic around that had changed. So it still feels the same and works the same like how it used to work before. But I think what they've added now is the head movement tracker. So if you look on the side to your Tesla screen, or like I mentioned, you're having conversation or looking outside, or you're passing by something you're following, so as soon as you move your head for like more than a couple of seconds, it's gonna nag. And the message I got was pay attention to the road with the two warning sound. So that's the only update I've really noticed, because I didn't get any warning or suspension on this drive, which I was really worried of after seeing a couple of posts on X. And I think the autopilot feature is still great and still very useful, and just removes a lot of fatigue out on the drive when you're especially going on a long drive. So yeah, that's been my autopilot suspension update experience. Please feel free to share what your experience has been and if it's different than mine. And then a new issue I'm seeing after this update, which I can't claim this update broke it, but I've been only experiencing after the recent update, which I do have the .5 version. This video is recorded on .4. Is every time I reach the intersection, and this is just random, not on every intersection, I have to nudge a pedal if there are no cars around, so the car can just drive through the intersection fine if there's a green light. But what's happening is I'll reach a intersection where the green light is, and I'll press the pedal to nudge the car to keep going. But as soon as it reaches to the other side of the lights to complete the intersection, it slams the brake, thinking, hey, this is like a new set of traffic lights and I need to warn the driver. And that, like I said, that didn't happen on every single intersection. It did happen on probably 6 or 7 times so far in last week and a half of a drive. So yeah, that's something new I've been noticing. And another new issue I've been noticing is the lane change. So every time I go from a left to right lane, I just don't seem to like the car doesn't seem to make that lane change at all. It just sits there and no response at all. And I'll just usually do those manually, but sometimes like it will do that on the same road and it won't do that the next time. So I'm not sure what's going on there as well. Anyway, those are the experience that I wanted to share with you guys. And as you've been watching this video, like the autopilot drives fine on this rainy weather. One thing I did notice though, as soon as I entered M2, it did detect the poor weather after a while, and it dropped from enhanced autopilot to autopilot, meaning the single blue line in the center to two double highlighted, like the lane lines highlighted in blue. And the only thing we lose by those changes is the enhanced autopilot would have recommended like exit path and all that, which the autopilot won't, right? So I can still do lane changes with the autopilot, but the enhanced one would have done the path planning. So yeah, other than that, it drove on this M2 totally by itself. Like as soon as I got in the ramp, all the way up to the exit ramp to Pennant Hills Road. So the only turn I had to do was to Pennant Hills Road from the exit ramp. And yeah, it's still a great feature, and I'm not worried anymore that I was I was gonna get suspension. And I remember the one time that I got suspension, which was like a month and a half ago, when I was showing it to my friend who's waiting for a Model Y delivery. um, and and now I sort of got like understood why I got the suspension, because I was constantly looking at him, talking at him while the car was on autopilot. And I guess the rule wasn't that strict at the time, so which is why I got that for the first time. But if now the sensitive the rule has gotten more sensitive to our behaviors, so we're gonna see that quite a bit more. But again, it's a autopilot system, and we should have our hands on the wheel at all times to take control. Yeah, so hope you enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do like the video, and enjoy the rest of it. Thank you.